Now what you're going to see with these pictures coming up today, they're all pictures that have been taken in my kitchen or in my garden. So we love eating fresh food. We love eating really basic food, but really tasty food. Can I just have a show of hands? Who is doing a lot of cooking for just one or two? Who loves to entertain? Not so much. Who loves being entertained? What I'm going to show for you today is a no-cook dish. And it's fine to make in 15 minutes for yourself, or it's good to make the day before for 50 or 100 if you're really, really, really keen. A lovely dish that you can make in the warmer weather as a salad or as an accompaniment in the cooler weather. So pairing it with your favourite protein, you're going to make a complete healthy meal that's going to keep you feeling nice and full, and the leftovers are great the next day as well. All right, so who's had couscous before? Do you enjoy it? Yeah? It's a super versatile carbohydrate, basically. It's semolina, and it's a grain, I guess, that couscous came initially from Africa. It's also very, very popular in French cooking. And by no cook, I mean no cook, you just need a bit of boiling water. So we're going to start really simply. I've got some pre-prepared salad items here. Anyone good with a knife? No? No volunteers? Okay, that's okay.
Do you want me to cut something for you?
You okay with a knife? Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, you can come up here and do some cutting with a knife. Okay, so we're just going to get you up here. Let's move this out of the way. I'm going to halve some of these tomatoes. That's fine, thanks. Now, for a lot of people, cooking can be scary. As you get a little bit older, if your mobility is limited, or if you're feeling that your fingers aren't working as dexterously as they used to, this is... Ow! Actually, you're on standby, aren't you? The St John's guys down the back there. So what we're going to do is just really basically make a super quick stock. And by super quick, I mean super quick. An Australian product. It's a stock concentrate. Couple of tablespoons in a couple of cups of water. So we've basically got half a litre of stock we've just made there. What I want to do with the couscous is measure out 2 cups. However much couscous you use is the same amount of liquid. That makes sense? So we're going to go. Let's bring this bowl actually. I'm sorry you can't quite see here, but hopefully the pictures of the garden are keeping you entertained. So 1 cup of couscous. 2 cups of couscous. Now this is a wholemeal couscous. You can get a lighter, whiter version of it. Just a bit of added fibre in this one. Stock, couscous in a bowl. Just coat that. Bit of a swirl around. Going to sit this over the top. In 2 minutes, that's the cooking done. Quick, nice and quick. So you can make this, as I said, the day before. It will sit quite happily in the fridge, or you can make it on the spot. If you want to serve it warm, just keep it covered till you're ready to pop everything else in. I've literally got some raw zucchini, capsicum, red and green, some cauliflower, carrot slices. Now the carrot, super thin. So if you do happen to have dentures and you don't like anything that's too crunchy and hard to really crunch through and eat, this is a great alternative. You can get a super sharp, and I didn't do this on stage because I just don't trust myself with sharp implements. One of these mandolins. Yeah, and if you don't have one, you can grate it and it still looks brilliant. So the idea behind this dish is something that's no fuss, easy, nutritious. You can cook for yourself very quickly. Couscous is done. We're going to leave that to stay warm. Excuse me ducking back down here. we're going to add everything in. So, couscous, capsicum, onions, some red onion, greens, zucchini, carrot, tomatoes. Could you actually just duck out and grab my big plate too? That'd be wonderful. Some cauliflower. We've also got some feta cheese. I love feta cheese. You too? And olives, some Kalamata olives. The feta, this is an Australian feta. This is South Cape, so this is made in Australia. And it's a firmer feta, more of a Greek style of feta. You can get the Danish feta that's creamy, and that's beautiful as well. Bit of feta cheese, couple of olives. And when I mean no fuss, this is no fuss. It is whatever you can pull out of the garden. It is whatever you have in the fridge. It's whatever you get locally, seasonally, to keep it more economical. If you happen to be Jerry Colby Williams, you just go out and you're probably sport for choice. It'll take you a little while to get it organised because you can't decide which particular deliciousness you want to add in. And one of the lemons off our tree. So this is a lemon I bought on Saturday, just to show you what you can buy in the shops at the moment. This is a lemon off our tree at home. They're slowly ripening up. Feel them? They're actually about the same weight, a little bit of size difference. Give this a little bit of a roll, and I'll grab this knife. One of the super handy gadgets we have at home, citrus squeezer. What you need to do after this at lunchtime is pop down and look at the LifeTech display down in the exhibitors hall, and you'll see some brilliant assistive technology. So for me, lemon juice, oh, the Basil wants to have a say. There's a lot more juice in that too, and that's off the tree at home. Fresh basil, I dry my herbs when I have an excess, hang them up, bit of string, crush them, little sprinkle of basil. Take it away. Bit of stage fright for the basil. And again, a really, really handy way to get fresh cracked pepper, because you can get pepper and you can get pepper. So making sure that you make the best use of the ingredients you have available and making it as economical as possible. It's getting fresh food from as local as possible and using what you need when you need. So, for example, the pepper, freshly cracked. So if you have any issues at all, twisting, pepper grinder, super easy. You've even got a little light, don't know whether you can see that. So what we've got to throw up here now, and I did cheat, and I actually bought some baby spinach leaves because I'm pretty sure most people like it. The other option you've got here is this beautiful rocket. Now, does anyone like rocket? You familiar with the peppery taste? Would you like to try some? It'll be here. I got it out of the garden last night. This is quite old, a lot of this. There's some younger leaves in there as well. But growing it yourself, the taste it cannot compare to anything you buy. Don't care what anyone says. It is always best fresh. Let's give this a bit of a... So, Lisa this morning mentioned eating good food, fueling your body with really good food. This is really good food. Eating the rainbow, I can feel the heat coming out of this. All I'm doing is just giving it a gentle stir, and obviously this is going to feed more than one or two, but you can literally use 1 cup of couscous, 1 cup of stock, or just water, a couple of fresh veggies, mix it all together, add your favourite protein. Protein is just so vitally important. This is a great base for any protein. Don't know how well you can see this. I reckon it looks pretty tasty. It's pretty colourful. There's lots of ways you can mix this dish up. I have young kids. I don't have time to muck around in the kitchen, but I do want them eating nice, fresh, healthy food and learning about nutrition from an early age. Our kids at 2 and 4 are able to tell you why fish is good. It's protein, helps your muscles, yes. It's brain food, yes. The omega oils in it, good for your skin, good to help your brain make all those wonderful connections to help you think clearly. Tasty? Look okay? Who'd like a little bit? We'll get there. Can you see that from back there? Is that all right? Super easy. So this is a dish that you can make in no time flat. That's still beautiful and warm. Have it with a beautiful piece of barbecued steak. Have it with some lovely grilled fish. Add a few other flavours if you want to put a creamier dressing with it because you want to make it a bit more special. I think it's pretty special like this. Natural yogurt, a little bit of honey, a little bit of lemon juice, some salt and pepper. If you need to, a tiny bit of water just to bring the consistency down. Drizzle that over the top as you serve it, and your guests will think you've gone to so much trouble, where really that is no trouble, you've seen it. All it was a little bit of chopping up. I don't have a Thermomix. Does anyone have a Thermomix? Is it good at chopping things up? Yep. Okay, if you've got one, use that to chop your veggies up. Save you even more time than what it took for me to put this together. So, yes, you're nuts. You are, yeah. Okay. If you want to add a bit of protein and you're not a huge fan of meat, there's lots of different options. Personally with this, grill a couple of pieces of halloumi cheese instead of having the feta, and you're going to bump up your protein. Another really good way to add even more texture and flavour is nuts. So nuts and seeds, these are organic mixes of slivered almonds, sunflower seeds and pepitas, and they've just been oven roasted in a herb mix. There's one that's made with pepper and poppy seed and one that's made with sumac and sesame seeds. Sounds flash, super simple. Sumac is lovely. It's a beautiful flavour, really, really nice flavour to boost up the profile of fish, yogurt, anything that comes from, I guess, a Moroccan or a Mediterranean background. You can add sumac too, and it's going to boost that flavour up. Now I'm going to keep it quite short and sweet, so we're going to come back onto time. Is that okay? Is that okay? Yeah, okay. One thing I want you to remember with cooking when you're cooking, it doesn't have to be flash or fancy to be healthy and nutritious. For nutritious food, you can do a little bit of research. It doesn't take a lot to have a well-balanced meal. It doesn't take a lot of time or effort, contrary to what you might think. And I'm always happy to receive emails asking for recipe ideas. To be honest, I'm hopeless at writing recipes. I will open the pantry and see what I have, and then I'll put it all together. I'll go to the garden and I'll get fresh herbs to boost up the flavours. I'll go and get some salad stuff to make a salad, a side salad to go along. It's not hard to eat good nutritious food, but it is so important. It is so important to pair that nutrition with the physical activity that you need to keep vibrant and active and healthy. So this salad with a nice serve of protein, complete meal, no fuss, have it just for yourself or have it for the family. I think we're going to offer some of this for samples after. Okay, all right, we'll keep this here and I've got a little bit more. And when you perhaps go on your lunch break, if you want to come up and have a try of the salad, I'd be more than happy for anyone to come up and grab a sample and ask any questions about it.